Chester is a stud in the industry, in the Lawncare industry. If you don't know him, he's doing big things. I'll let him tell his story. It's really cool. But we go way back. So service autopilot days.
Yeah. 10 years, probably. Pushing 10 years, dude.
It was in 2016. So damn near 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When you started, you were about 200,000 revenue.
Yeah.
I was about the same 200,000 revenue. Had the same mentor. Met at the same academy. Been friends ever since. We both live in Michigan, but technically we were 7 hours away.
Yeah.
So Michigan's a big state. And then we opened up a branch down here a little bit closer. So I was visiting one of my branches and we made it work out just to hang out. So welcome back to the show. I appreciate you being here. Owner of Big Lakes Lawncare. He also has a really cool mastermind. Remind the name Green Industry Masterminds. Look at that. That's pretty damn close.
You were close, dude. 2 for 3.
Yeah,
2 for 3.
Pretty good. But here with him today. We're going to talk about business, strategy, maybe some lead gen stuff. And then just kind of take us back to how it all started. Cool story is that he wasn't even in the business working until it was I think it was on $1 million, right?
Yep.
And so he was a
$1.5
crane operator. So he was absentee, basically owner, but still heavily involved, but was never in the trenches.
Right.
But obviously highly involved to run a company. But yeah, didn't even work in the company until it was $1.5 million, which is a really cool strategy, actually. And I remember you telling me, like, I have to get to $1 million so I can make $100,000 so I can leave my crane operating job. And it happened.
Wow. Good memory, dude.
Yeah. I don't
it's like a steel trap.
Yeah, I don't forget a lot of stuff. I got a good memory. But yeah, kind of walk us through how you got in the industry, where you started, and then just do that quickly. And then kind of just catch up in the last 2 years.
Okay,
we'll get
good.
Chatting.
But first, dude, we're going to skip ahead because today we went to the gym, right?
We did.
And this is my new favorite thing. How many people ask you out for lunch or coffee?
All the time.
For work
All the
or
time.
dinner?
All the time.
After a while, you're just like pounding calories into yourself, and you're like, I can only have lunch. I've had 3 lunches today already.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, dude, now what I do is I say, just go to the gym, right? So I get a workout in, I get a sweat in, I endure a little pain, form a little bond, whether it's a customer or a vendor or a potential employee or whatever. Hey, you want to do coffee? I'm like, let's just go to the gym. Yeah. Right. And so many people are like, damn, nobody's ever asked me that.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we have I think I looked at my watch and it was like 65, 67 minutes of working out. And there was 3 of us. So we were rotating pretty fast. So it was a really good workout.
It was a great workout. And we got the blood flowing, which then gives you a little more clarity, a little more creativity. We were having a great conversation the whole time.
We were, and it was like, we had Lucas with us who was like videoing most of it. So you might hear some B-roll, have some B-roll over this. It'll be pretty cool. But it's been a great day so far. But yeah, thanks for taking me there. Appreciate that. Looking forward to dinner. But catch us up real quick and then just go over the last 2 years and catch us up with what's been going on.
All right. Started the business in 2015, something like that. As you mentioned, I had a full-time job as a crane operator. So I hired a guy, bought a truck, bought a bunch of door hangers, and just started marketing, right? Started going ham. Built the business, left at $1.5 million in like 2018. Left my day job and came in the business full-time. And since then, we've grown. We've done some acquisitions, and we're just continuing to try to improve every day. And then in the past, just the 2-year catch-up, we bought a big property. That was 3 years ago. Bought a commercial headquarters for the business. It's also been kind of like a real estate development play for me.
Gotcha.
That's been lucrative, and I've learned a lot. And we made a big acquisition last year that sort of was kind of, I would rate it like a B- in terms of execution. But we got a big acquisition under our belt. It was fun. And the company continues to grow. The team continues to grow, and having more fun than ever.
Super cool. Talk me through the commercial play. Like what's your real estate play there?
Okay, so we bought a 10-acre commercial property. Cool. It's 2 parcels. It's an 8-acre and a 2-acre. And so the first thing I did is I got tenants in, and it's cash flowing for me, right? So I parse it off a little bit, and I've got cash flowing real estate. Like we make money every month from our headquarters.
Big Grant Cardone guy.
Man, I mean, weren't we all, right? Like, and I don't know all the drama, and I don't follow everything, but that guy walks the walk, dude. That guy freaking
love him or hate him, he's a G.
Can't deny it.
I mean, literally, Uncle G.
Yeah, right? Dude, it's Uncle G, man. And I've been through some, like, we all have trials and tribulations. Dude, there were some tough times where I didn't want to go to work, and I just put on Grant Cardone, and he carried me through some challenges. The real estate play, the thing that's more valuable that I've learned is that if you can force appreciation in real estate and then refinance it, you can peel a lot of that equity back out. Now it's dead again, but what we did with the property I have now, we're mid-process, is once I got all those tenants in, I went to the bank and I'm like, look, this real estate is making money, right? This is an income producing asset. What's it worth? I bought it for $1 million. They said they appraised and said it's worth 1.7 now,
So
right?
$700,000
So I have $700,000 stuck in there.
Right.
And that was I didn't really do anything physically to the property. I just got the tenants in, right? So now we're doing a whole massive ton of concrete. We've done a ton of paint and building and cleaning and roofing, and there's buildings all over it. And we're doing a whole
salt bin. Did you add that? Or
salt bin's there.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Did
the
you
salt
add
bin.
that?
I built that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know how that'll affect appreciation.
Right. I'm just curious. Yeah.
But it's been a good move for the business. But I'm thinking now that once we finish this construction project, it'll probably appraise for 2.5, right? So now I can go back and get a loan for $2.5 million and then pay off the 800 and have some liquidity, right?
Cool. Love that.
Which then I could go buy a business or invest in real estate, or just I could just pull that equity out of the business, plop it into a pile, right, and have more of a war chest there.
Cool.
Which would cost me a little money because it is a loan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's been good. And there's a lot you can do with real estate.
I mean, you have 8 acres there, so you can obviously not going to outgrow that anytime soon.
No, we're not going to outgrow it. We have 10. We've gotten offers for the parcels, but we talk about that, right? Like you get offers for your stuff all the time, and it's like I'm just going to wait. You know, like let's hold on to it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So. And then where does your mastermind come into play? Like how did that form? How did that start? Walk us through that.
Yeah, so I have a friend named Carson, and he was a consultant in the industry, did a lot of stuff for me, like with Service Autopilot and whatnot, and we became friends. And he started a Facebook group, and it just blew up. A free Facebook group. He had maybe last time I checked, there were like 50,000 members, and it was like over 12 months. It just blew up.
Crazy.
And he was in there every day, and he's like, "Will you be a moderator?" And I was like, "Sure, right? That sounds cool." And then I was like, "Holy crap!" It was getting like 200 or 300 new fresh posts a day.
Wow.
And they were trying to moderate it. Yeah. So we're like, "Well, let's put up a paywall, and people who serious, because you know how it is. You give advice and nobody takes it.
Right. You lead a horse to water.
Like, great. Well, glad lead a horse to water. So we said, well, let's monetize this and get an actual community together. This was after Academy ended, right? And so it's like, dang, I'm missing that community we had. Sure. And so we sort of put up a paywall and vetted people and had some applications come in and wound up with a pretty great community that we have now.
That's really cool. And you guys do a lot of site visits too?
We do, yeah. We do 1 or 2 site visits a year. And then I bring people into my place and we get to tour it and, see what's possible, ask questions. Talk to my team.
Some of the people in the industry, like they were here not too long ago, if I remember, within the past year, right?
Yeah, this past winter we did a couple workshops, bring in small groups, teach them, work on their business with them, right?
What do you guys focus on, typically?
We focus on their bottleneck, right? So everybody's got a bottleneck, but they don't know what it is usually. And it's like, usually the CEO it's like, how much time are you spending on uncorking your bottleneck, right? And if you could just go into business and uncork the bottleneck every time, like the faster you can do that, the faster the business can grow. But most people are in the weeds. They don't know what their bottleneck is.
They're doing the day-to-day still.
Just fight.
They just don't have that bird's eye view, 100-foot view of what the business looks like. And then you also have a lot more experience than a lot of these operators, and you grow to big, successful companies, so you can see where the leaks are in their company. So you've been through all the same struggles they have. Right. You've been through them all. Like, so you and I, they're tough. Cool. I like that. And then, how did the acquisition happen? Like, where did you find them? Did they find you?
It was another company in the market. They were doing about $3 million.
They're a big company.
They're a big company. Yeah. But dude, I am continually amazed in this industry. I see a company in my market that I've never seen before that's been there a long time. And then you look and it's like, oh yeah, they're doing $3 million. Wow, yeah. Oh yeah, they're doing $6 million. Right. Oh yeah, it's like, where are all these people? They're like everywhere.
So is that company just been in business a really long time? Yeah. The founder wanted to be done? Yeah.
He'd been in business a really long time. Founder wasn't even involved. He had a team running it. And like, they don't advertise, they don't market. Their truck's got like a little thing on the door. They're all old, but it's like, oh yeah, we're just cranking $3 million a year. Every time I talk to somebody in my market and I just find out about another company that's doing millions in revenue that I've never heard of before. And I'm in Detroit, but I'm not in like a massive metroplex.
I mean, Detroit's pretty big.
I
mean, depends where you're coming from.
Yeah, right. All things are relative, but it's just interesting about our industry that there's so many sleeper companies that are just printing cash and not really, and they've just been doing it so long that they just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's like they have the top 100 in pest control, and you have to apply to be on there, and they show your P&L and all that stuff and verify. But there's so many companies that should be on there that just aren't even on there.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing millions and millions of dollars, $50, $100 million. They're not even out there.
Wow.
So it's like, they just don't report. So it's the same thing. Like in our market, there's so many big companies that we don't even know about. They fly on the radar. And I just found out in my market, a $1 million company, never even heard of them. Dang, that's so cool. You know?
Isn't that crazy? That's what's so cool about our industry. That's why M&A's frothing at the mouth over it, because there's just $1 million companies on every street.
Yeah, home service is a great industry. A lot more M&A has been coming in. How often do you get hit up by M&A companies wanting to buy you?
Daily, right? By which method, right?
Right.
Like a handwritten postcard, right? Or like the emails,
the phone call. Or LinkedIn.
Yeah.
It's Facebook, Messenger. Like it's been relentless.
It's jamming, dude.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. It means you're making a mark in the industry too. You know.
Yeah. They see value, right? And but it's like my company's visible, right? We advertise, we market.
Big yellow trucks.
Exactly. There's all other invisible companies out there that are just as valuable.
So how did you find that company? I mean, they're 3 million, so they're pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big, and that was, I guess, I knew they existed, but I saw their P&L. I'm like, dang, you guys are ripping, right?
That's cool.
Side note, before we go there, I've heard that about the Forbes list, too. Like you said, the top 100 list. I've heard that like the richest people in the world, like you've never even heard of.
Right, for sure.
Right,
usually how it is.
Yeah, like just whatever, right? Below the radar, like too rich. So anyway, this company was growing, or wasn't growing, it's just been running forever. The owner wasn't really involved in it, and they lost their FERT technician, and they're a big commercial maintenance company, so fertilizer wasn't really their target, but every commercial company wants you to zap the dandelions or whatever anyway, right? A couple applications a year. So they lost their one and only FERT tech. They called us in a panic. They're like, hey, can we just sub you all this crap? And we're like, sure, we'll take it on.
Cool. So you build that connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they were subbing out work to you.
Exactly. Cool. They were subbing work to us, and we took good care of the accounts, right? And then one thing led to another, and the owner said, look, he had a really small team in the office, and he's like, they don't want to do it anymore. And he had another business, so they just wanted to stop operating a landscape company, come work for him. And he's like, yeah, I'll sell you this whole thing. So went through a process, right? There were some other bidders involved. It got dicey for a minute. Oh, yeah, he took it to market.
Oh, gotcha.
And
so it was an off-market deal even?
No, it wasn't. No, it was like off-market. I had an off-market advantage in the beginning, but it went on market, right? And we took it down.
Yeah. Were you highly involved in the deal?
Yeah, the whole thing, dude. Yeah. I negotiated the whole deal start to finish.
How emotionally invested were you at the time?
Well, dude, I was being very mindful not to get sucked into the booby trap, because you get excited, right?
Yeah.
But I was self-aware enough to be like, I'm not gonna like fall in love with this thing.
Gotcha.
If it's
you say that.
It's easier said than done. Yeah. Then pretty thing, like uncover a skeleton in the closet. You're like, oh, it's not a big deal, right? Yeah, we still want to buy it, but it was a good deal. It was a good company.
Are you sick of paying marketing agencies and not getting results? Well, we are hosting the #1 step-by-step class on how to attract and generate sales without paying a marketing agency or having a huge budget. Most lawn care and pest control owners get stuck at a ceiling because they're dealing with outdated systems or relying on guesswork waiting for the phones to ring. Our upcoming class this Thursday provides proven strategies to generate hundreds of leads without a huge budget. We'll show you how to build a predictable system to grow past $1 million. We show you how to automate your marketing. We'll also teach you how to delegate and build your team so you have more time. So click the link in the description below. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. This is the one thing that I wish I had learned a lot sooner. Now, let's get back to the show.
So hindsight 2020, what did you learn through it? First question is, are you glad that you did it? Would you do it again? Second question is, what did you learn through it?
Glad I did it. Would definitely do it again. Awesome. Would definitely get more professional help to...
I've heard that so many times.
Hire the pro. There's a lot of potential scenarios that you don't realize about who could do what, or like just a lot to it. But I got us a great deal. I bought really well. I don't think if I hired a helper, I would have gotten a better price on the deal, right? I think I did a good negotiation, but the technicality of integration to my business, right? I could have used some help. Dude, it's a pain in the butt.
That's right. Yeah. So I know there's companies out there that just focus on M&A and then after the fact, right? Mm-hmm. Like getting these two to work together.
Yeah.
Like there's literally companies that do integration. That's their full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
What was the hardest part about the integration? And I don't know, what was their service split first and then integration? So they're doing, I know they do some mowing, some landscape, and then a little bit of FERT, but subbing up to you. Is that what their mix was?
Basically, yeah. Basically, they were a third maintenance, a third snow,
and
a third install.
Gotcha.
And the maintenance would include the FERT weed control.
Gotcha.
Enhancements.
So like third.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Exactly. Three-way split.
Like a million.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yep. Exactly. I underestimated the importance or the significance of the relationships that those clients had with those employees that worked at that business that left.
Gotcha.
And to me, I was like, well, I can step in. Like, I'm trustworthy. I'm ethical. I do good work. Like, I can step in and assume the relationship. And I underestimated how deep those ties went. And I wish I had been more like insistent on keeping some of their key people for longer as we transition that over.
Yeah, I've been through there before and overpaid some people to stay on for that reason alone. So I didn't have certain things happen that, thank God, didn't happen.
Right.
So I'm glad that I did that. But it is hard to integrate those companies for sure.
It's really hard. Well, when private equity is going after people, like they're going after you, right? They just want your business. They also want you to go integrate the other businesses for them. It's called a platform, right? So the key piece is having the guy on the ground who knows the market, knows the industry, and can do it. They're not going to send a couple suits from Chicago to come in and integrate businesses together.
So employees were obviously hard to integrate, and that's why I think during most M&A deals, like I think it's 50 to 60, maybe even 70% of the employees leave anyway. That's just normal, like because they saw the vision, they knew the owner, and then all of a sudden they have a new owner. The pay could be different, maybe even if it's more. Like they don't understand the new method of payment. Like, are they going to have a job? Are they as good as because they're a manager? Were they as good as this manager? Can they keep up? It's a lot to think about. Like they're probably stressed out. Like, because a lot of times it happens, like employees don't even know it's happening until like it's already done,
right? Because
they can't talk about it. So you get to go in there. I don't know how you did that, but kind of walk us through that. Did you go in there with a new owner and tell everyone it together, or did they know prior? How did that work?
So leadership team wanted to be out, and I knew I had enough leadership and office ability to bring it in. So they knew the field team. The day we announced it, I brought in every single field employee, met with them personally, shook their hand, and gave them a pay raise on the very first day. I don't care if it was 50 cents, $1.50, whatever. Depend based on what they made. I gave them all a raise on their very first day of work, and said welcome, right? I'm excited to have you here.
Were they on software? Were they on paper? What was that?
I did it on paper.
Yeah, so that's new, right?
For sure. So but they were running $3 million with like 20 accounts. You know what I mean? So they could get by. Well, no, I take that back. They were on Jobber.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had a little bit. Yeah. They had it going on.
And you could export from Jobber into. Are you still on Service Autopilot?
Yeah.
So you could export. I'm sure you did export out of Jobber the best you could.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of manual entry. There's still going to be a lot of manual entry.
For sure. Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. That was a task, but it was manageable, and we got all that handled. One other crazy thing that happened though was that they relied heavily on the H2B program, and I signed the purchase agreement, bought the business, and drew Group G on H2B.
So you didn't get any H2B guys?
No. Gotcha. No. And so we had to staff locally.
Gotcha.
So I brought
How was that?
We made it happen, right? It's all a belief system.
Yeah.
The thing I say, I look around because it's I think it's gotten easier recently. Would you agree?
100%. Like during that COVID time, like 2020 to like 21, 22 was rough. Now it feels like it's open back up. I think I heard a statistic like 90% of people are afraid to lose their job and they can't find new jobs. So it's definitely turned around. So like all those people who were like job hopping during this time for that extra dollar are now like stuck.
Yeah, they're like, oh damn.
But then again, it's like you go back and look at their resume and like, oh, look at that time frame from 20 to 22. They've had 6 different jobs. Like, dude, I'm not hiring you for 6 months. Sorry.
Such a red flag. It's
dude. Like whoever gave them that advice to job hop for the extra dollar was the worst advice you could ever have because that looks terrible on your resume.
Right. Dude, terrible on your personal brand.
For real.
Right? Your resume is your personal brand, right? You've lost all reputation. There's been times, that's usually just a deal breaker for me, but there's been times where I'll literally be like, so I see like the past 3 jobs you worked at for 6 months. Are you just going to plan to work here for 6 months and then leave?
Yeah.
Let's ask them.
Right.
Oh, no. And I say, okay, well then give me a season.
Yeah.
I commit to you, you commit to me, right? And let's make it work. But during that time when we staffed it locally, it was a pain, but we got it done. And it was just my team stepping in and committing to like, yeah, we can find people, right? There's 1 million people around. We need like, okay, God forbid we can find 20.
And was it just your team? Were you like on job ads, doing on job boards? Was it
all of it? Dude.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't one thing. Yeah,
all of it.
Did you have like a recruiter or anything like that?
No,
okay, cool.
But we got an HR lady in our office now who kind of runs point on that. But it's a belief system, right? I use this example all the time, and especially I used to tell myself this example when it was 2021, and like you literally, dude, the biggest company in our state, right? I'm pushing whatever 70, 80 million in revenue.
Big.
I called them during that time, and their branch managers of their branches he's not here, he's out on a lawnmower. they could not find people. Right. So I've been through the pain, we all have. But my fix, my mental hack is I drive home and I'm driving home from work and I'm looking, I'm like, all this grass is cut, right? All these shrubs are trimmed. Like somebody's doing it. Mm-hmm. If there were literally no people left on planet Earth to do this stuff, it'd all be overgrown. Yeah. That's just my little tricks. I'm like, somebody's cutting that lawn, right? Well, let me go get them.
And, I've said this a lot too. It's like, you ask them what their biggest challenges in the business. Like, oh, it's finding people. I'm like, okay, how much time are you spending on finding people? They're like, well, we posted an ad. I'm like, okay, wait. So you're telling me that your biggest bottleneck right now is people, but you're only spending 0.01% by posting your Facebook ad and your Indeed ad? Like, that's all you're doing to find people? There's people out there. You just have to go find them. Yeah. And that, like you said, it's not one thing. So that's a great answer. It wasn't just job ads, job boards. It's like literally boots in the ground, referrals, whatever it may take, going into wherever you eat or going to Starbucks, just recruiting people like crazy. And that's just what it takes.
Yeah, that's what it takes, dude. Yeah. And you think about it, it's like I don't know how much you bill per technician. Let's say a good tech bills you $200 or $250 or whatever. Like, would you spend $5,000?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. That $5,000 could make you $250,000, $300,000.
Yeah, exactly. And yet we don't do it. So yeah, it's a priority. Yeah. And you're right that so often the business owner, I'm guilty of it. Like what the business needs isn't what I want to do. So I go do something else. Yeah, for real. Just dabble.
Yeah. And then as far as customers, was that did that transfer well? How'd that go?
Yeah, transfer good. Cool. There was some drama now. There were some, again, like I said, some issues I didn't foresee that sort of bit us with some of those relationships. But in general, we retained most of them. Awesome. We retained all of them off the bat for the first year. But then during the renewal cycle, we had some issues come up.
When we were rebidding, when you're new, and then they're worried about, just examples here, worried about price changes, like just a lot of new nuances to all of it, so. Yeah. And so like I said, other companies, it's commercial work, so they're constantly willing to do it for damn near free if they're not, especially if a seasoned company, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can go mow grass for cheap, and they don't know the prices. They go and offer this low thing, and I don't know what happened. I'm just saying, this is just what I foresee happening. This is just the nature of the industries that we're in, especially in the lawn care industry or snowplowing. Like everyone here, or at least in my market, you probably here too. Like everyone has a snowblower. Everyone has a plow. Everyone has a push lawnmower. So like the barrier to entry is pretty low. So like you get these big commercial accounts, and someone just wants to go in there and take it away from you just for free. But I always say this though: those accounts always come back. Mm-hmm. Always.
Right.
They go with the cheaper guy.
You're right, dude. Funny you say that because a couple of them are kind of coming on back right now, actually.
That's just what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then let's transition a little bit because I know we're on time. We're going to go eat dinner. I didn't even realize this, but we match.
Oh, I knew.
So that's what happened. You saw what I was already doing.
I tried to copy off you.
But it's cool.
Do you need to use my blow dryer before we go?
Yeah, please. Okay. You got some gel I can put in my hair?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. We go to the same barber. Yeah. We dress the same, aim at the same barber. Yeah, dude. That's really cool. So I'm glad that, that all went really good. And then what are you doing these days to, keep up on your leadership? What are you doing to constantly learn these days? Yeah. I mean, you have a team that you're running. And then you also have the mastermind that you're running. Where are you spending most of your time these days to learn?
Dude. The word you said is you nailed it. Leadership. Yeah. That's the topic that I've realized is will be the universal difference maker for us, right? To say it simply, we got to level up our leadership to grow the business. Yeah. It becomes the ceiling on everything is truly leadership. And the thing about leadership is that it's an abstract topic or set of principles, right? And everybody can have a different style and everybody approaches it a different way. And the people that you lead need different leadership styles to resonate with them. It's such an abstract subject, but it's critical. I think it's a difference maker, right? I think you naturally just have natural leadership traits, and a lot of entrepreneurs do, but then get to a point where I need to start studying this topic to grow.
Yeah, because that for a long time, it's like a buzzword because you hear all have leadership until you're in it. And you're like, oh shit, I do have to level up my leadership because they call it the law of the lid. If you're a 6, you can only lead a 4.
Exactly.
So you got to keep leveling up. Yeah. And I heard this from Alex Ramosi, which was super cool, and it helped me reframe too.
Who's that?
Yeah. So you're talking about leadership in people, right? Could think back 5 years ago. Could that team 5 years ago, and you had this conversation a little bit, but I'm framing it a different way because he said it. If you took your team from 5 years ago, could that team be running your company today?
Yeah.
There's no way.
No way.
So with that being said, like you're hiring your future talent. So the people we have now, like if you go hire those future talent now, imagine where those guys can get you. Right. But we had the same conversation in the sauna today, like about people, right? It's like you get that first employee, or you get that really good guy. Like, man, I'm gonna give equity to this guy. Like, he's so good. Mm-hmm. Like, this guy's gonna be my operations manager. So, like, it's the same thing. It's reframed in a different way, but as the company gets bigger, but we hear this all the time. Like, it is about your team, but that first employee is not gonna be. Don't give away equity.
No.
They're not going to run your company. I'm not saying never, because there's situations like a JP situation with Philip. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he found him that day or whatever happened. Yeah. Like, that's not normal.
Right.
Yeah, but it does happen. So it's the 1%.
Yeah, totally. Totally agree with you. Your team has to evolve, right? They need to keep up with the growth, or they're going to get outgrown, right? And you've got to be able to anticipate that.
People take you to 5.
Yep.
But where are you getting your knowledge? Or who are you learning from? What do you like to do for?
Well, I've been studying leadership a lot. Yeah. Mostly it's books, and a lot of it's just like introspective stuff, which it's like analyzing, like, how am I showing up to my people, right? And like, what conversations am I having, and how am I holding them accountable and steering them and guiding them? Because you're the same way, right? I've just been like head down, go, right? And you either like keep up or you get like left in the dust, right? But at a certain point in time, you need to start having conversations with people, right? And asking them how they perceive different things and what do they think, right? And like, I think it's listening more than I talk.
Yeah, active listening.
Right? Yeah, has been such a growth moment for me, where I'm like I can tell it's working with my people, right?
It's like,
it's hard.
Come to me with the problem, great, but also come to me with the solution, what you would do.
Yeah, and nose in, hands out, dude. Yeah. I'm always in there. I'll like grab it and change it, right? Or you're having a problem. Mm-hmm. Here's a big one. You're having a problem? Oh, dude, I'll fix it.
Yeah,
like, I'll do a bunch of your crap.
Yeah.
Now I've just bandaged you I've just babysat you forever. Now everybody always brings you their problems, right?
Yeah. And it's like, again, we're here to solve problems, but come to me with a solution too. Yeah. And like I said, if you make good or bad decision, but if at the end of the day, it had Pest Badger at your heart, like, and you felt like it was the right decision, I'll never be mad. Mm-hmm. It's okay if you make mistakes, because we all do.
Yep.
But as long as you led with your heart and said, okay, I'm going to make this decision, like, I won't be mad at you. We probably won't do it again. We'll have our conversation.
Yeah.
Right. But just make it. Right. And sometimes, like, purposely let my guys fail, and then they'll come to me like, well, I knew it wasn't going to work, but I wanted you to go try. Mm-hmm. But it's just, you have to give them a leash a little bit,
Totally.
Otherwise, like you said, you're babysitting them all the time, and you're constantly just fighting fires, and that's not what your job is to do.
Yeah. And nobody's doing their job, or nobody's improving because you haven't made them.
Yeah. So I love that.
Dude, here's the analogy, right? Like, the kid falls on the bike, right? They get him up, dust him off, put him back on the bike, send him again, right? Put him back on the bike, dust him off, send him out again, right?
Yeah.
You don't take the bike away.
Yeah. Last question, and then we'll wrap up. What is the majority of your time spent on these days? I know you run a big company, a successful company. Mm-hmm. What does your time look like?
We're working on another acquisition now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Just sent an LOI out on a big dog. So that involved a lot of my time, right? Life, dude. I'm focusing on my health, my fitness, my relationships, things of that nature are a priority for me. Mm. And then I'm still in the office every day. I'm in the office every day grinding, but nose in, hands out, right? So I'm doing people's stuff, but I got my nose in there, right?
And how many times have you seen this? Because I know I have a lot, and you deal with a lot of smaller companies too. Our up and coming companies, and they're like, yeah, my business at $1 million, and I haven't even been there in 4 to 6 months. So I can't figure out why I'm not growing. It's like, bro, like, I don't know what this $1 million mark is. Like, I get it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. Like, congratulations. When you get there, it's fun, celebrate. But it's like, you just can't stop. Like, that's, unless you want to.
I'd be terrified, dude.
But it's a tough spot. Like, $1 million's tough. Like, Pest Control, it's a little bit different than fertilization. Weed control is different too, but in the Lawncare landscape, it's tough right there. Like a black hole.
Yeah.
Big black
dangerous,
hole.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's like, we have a fire, right? And you got a little kindling, and you're starting to blow on it a little bit and protect it, and like get a little flame going, add another piece as fast as you can, like keep it alive, dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like the fire is very fragile at that size, right? Yeah. Now I'm trying to like fan this sucker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to each their own, I guess. But I was never attracted to a 4-hour work week.
Yeah, do not buy that philosophy.
Right.
Like the work-life balance, I don't buy into that either.
Well, the man who loves walking goes further, right? So it's kind of like you just be grateful that I just go in there because I like it.
Yeah, and I love what I do. It doesn't feel like work.
Exactly. Yeah,
like
exactly.
We're technically working now, but it's fun. Yeah. And we get to like share each other's stories. Like we came up together. We've been known each other for 10 years. Like it's like we pushed each other all this whole time. Like he's in Detroit. I'm in the UP. Yes, we're in Michigan together, but 9 hours apart. Like I can't keep up. I just can't because I'm fighting the wrong market. And like I had to pivot. And like so I had to go do something. But I had you guys pushing me.
Dude, you're a legend. Yeah, because that pivot, that was one hell of a pivot.
It was. It was pretty crazy. And
I still working.
I wouldn't like. I would go back and do it again. Hindsight 2020. I wouldn't tell everyone else to go do what I did. Because again, I burned all the boats. I had no option. If it didn't work, like I was effed.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Dude, it's incredible though.
But it was like I had to. Like I was fighting the wrong market. I was fighting the wrong services. Like I was fighting everything wrong. And I was like, but I felt like I was good. I knew I was intelligent. I knew I was smart. I knew I was a good operator. I knew I was a good CEO. Or so I thought.
You were.
Like, but I was like, I can't.
Dude, you built a $3 million company in like a market with like 14 people.
For real. But I had to do everything just to keep up. And it's like, my life was hard, you know, and I didn't like the business anymore. It was like getting wore out. Like I didn't like that. Like I told you this before, I'm not a landscaper. I get cringe thinking about snow. I don't like to be in one spot for too long because I'm ADD. So like the quick services, like again, I don't know, I always talk long, but like I did construction in high school or right out of high school. I did for 5 years and I enjoyed it, but like I hated being in the same spot all the time. Now when I drive past a construction site, I like get like this weird feeling in my body. Like I just like I was not anxiety, but I was like, oh, I hated it. So like landscape and like felt like that. So I was doing that time and I hated it, but I only did it because I had to. And so when I don't have to do it anymore, looking back, I'm like, oh, my life is just so it's hard. It's just a different type of hard. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Which is pretty cool.
It's a hard that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
Right. That's the thing is like, don't start a business if you want to if like the end game is to just make a bunch of money.
Yeah, for real.
Right. Go find something that you're like good at or you enjoy and go make a bunch of money. Yeah, because if you
get $1 million and you're making, let's just say $300,000-$400,000 in profit, you're pretty much, if you're motivated by money, you're just going to stop there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a
bigger reason why.
For sure.
But dude, I've had moments where I'm just like sitting in a coffee shop on my laptop, like working on my vision, like just like grinding on the computer. And I'm like, if I had $100 million in the bank right now, I'd be doing this exact same thing, right? And that's a moment that washes over. You're like, just grateful that you found something you like.
Cool.
Right? I don't like it every day. Do you like it every day?
No, I'd say 10% of your month, it's going to be bad days. So if there's 30 days, you're going to have 3-4 bad days. But at the end of the day, like, you look back at it, like, was it really that hard? Okay, it was a valuable lesson learned. Right. I'm glad we got through it. You know, like, it's always challenging. You know, but we have a big team like you do. We don't deal with the smaller problems, so we get to deal with all the big problems every day. It's like, oh shit, it's like constantly kicked in the face of the big problem.
It's always the big ones.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, you've probably seen on like social media, and I tell everything. I don't lie. I don't hide anything. Like, got into a big accident. It was our guy's fault. Like, totaled the truck. And you get a text message like that. There's no context, just the text message of the truck. Like, holy crap, did someone die? Like, there's so many trucks in the road. And you have people reaching like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry, which is great. But when you have that many trucks on the road for that many hours in a day, that many days of the year, like, it's not if.
Law of averages, dude.
Yeah, it's just right. Yeah. So, like, going back to the thing, it's like, yeah, you have 3-4 bad days a month. Is it really that bad? Not really.
Right.
Like, we're still above ground. We're still healthy. We still got our family. Still got our friends.
Exactly.
Like, they could take it all away and they can start again tomorrow. You know what I mean? So,
and that's the job, too, right? Like, you're a leader. People look up to you.
Yeah.
It's your company. For them, some of it's just their job, right? Like, you got to be the one that when crap hits the fan, you're like, here, give it, like, come on, dude, give it to me, and right? So, like you have to be that steady rock.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to take a 9 to a 4. Like, these guys call you and they're panicking. They've never been through it, right? And you're like, nah, dude, I've been through this literally 30 times in my career. Like, it's not that big of a deal. We'll do this, and solve it. Had a truck show up the next day. Like, oh, shit. Was it bad? Yeah, of course it was bad.
Right.
Back then, one truck would have killed us. Like, we didn't have a second truck. So I get that if you're listening and you have one truck and you're down a truck, that's different. You get to a point where it's like, okay, well, we have a bunch of trucks or we can go afford to buy a new one tomorrow. you know, to get different level in business. But don't want to make this going longer than what it is. Appreciate being here. But last thing is, what the 5 years look like for Chester? You're only 35, so you're young. What the next 5 years look like for you personally, and then business?
Okay. Business, we're swinging for the fences. We're looking at acquisitions here. We got a lot of irons in the fire with buying businesses and kind of a lot of things that are like snowballing in a positive direction that I'm just focused on being the best leader I can and providing openings for my team, providing opportunities, and just, you know, being a leader that I wouldn't want to compete with.
For real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm showing up like, dude, I would not want to compete with me. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the business. Personal, kind of like they're integrated, right, dude? It's like one and the same. I'm lifting weights in my office, right? Or I'm out to dinner with clients or whatever. So, but obviously like health and well-being is my focus, right? Just longevity and paying attention to my health and, you know, soaking up every single like good moment of my life that I possibly can with people like you and family and all those things. So
cool.
Just sucking the juice out of it, dude.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
See ya.
It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good talk.
You too.
Okay. Let's eat.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to another episode of Pest Control Millionaire. We don't charge any money for the show, but the podcast isn't free. Please like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review in your favorite podcast app. This makes a huge difference for us. If you have any specific questions about your business or your personal life that you'd like answered by me or any of my podcast guests, please send an email to info@pestcontrolmillionaire.com. And if you want to get in touch with me about our marketing class, we do a live version every Thursday night. Check out our website at pestcontrolmillionaires.com. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one.